and they removed whatever that was, and all of a sudden the picture became a lot clearer. Now this major roadblock that we had, 30 seconds ago, with proper, data tools, we're again able to sort of be very selective about what we want to see. And I understand your point exactly, that it's great to have all of this data, but at times it's also not necessarily enabling where we're trying to get to, and we have to have the tools and capabilities to sort of filter for that and find the information that we're actually looking for.
Absolutely. I think what you mentioned is something called machine learning. So there are algorithms, if you will, that can. So if you show me more than 15, 20 bits of data, I'm lost, right? I'm already, it's just too much stuff coming at me. But machine learning algorithms, they can take more data, the better, and they can start, hey, there's a pattern here, there's a pattern there, something's going on there. But where humans, where you and I still play a role is actually making, because machine, it doesn't know, everything is one or zero. It's a very binary type of environment that, to actually make sense. Okay. And then to put it into perspective, okay, this is liver disease. This pattern makes sense there. It's not just some random something that somebody formed. So I think a collaboration, if you will, between machine learning, artificial intelligence, and humans, I think there is a lot of good to happen over there.
Absolutely. So, Prakash, let me ask you, what inspires you?
Possibilities. The possibilities today are not only endless, but I think they're within grasp. Okay, because like I said, technology is at your fingertips, and how you use them, I think you can make a lot of headway. Let me just give you an example. There is a show back in India, and it's almost global. It's called Indian Idol. There's American Idol and all that. Today, a kid in some rural, someplace, no place, wherever, can literally, if that kid has talent, they can speak into their iPhone or whatever and upload it, and that talent can be recognized by other people. So I think the what inspires me is that the potential today is reachable. It's actually it's not some distant Wizard of Oz way out there. It's actually much closer, if you will. And I think that really inspires me. Yeah.
What concerns you?
Concerns me is my own age. Okay, the runway is getting shorter for me. I wish I were 20 years. No, what concerns me is uh, misuse of everything we talked about. Getting like they say, the smartest people today are trying to get you to click on a button and buy something. So I think misuse of an opportunity, not putting it to good use. I think that may concern me. Everything else that's going on in the world concerns me, but we that's something we can't address right now. So yeah,
Yeah. Well, on the digital marketing side, we're very driven by data, and the things that people do. And I get asked this question all the time. Look, I want more people to click this button, and the problem is that it's still a human experiment, and there's parts of things that you can clearly understand and see that drive human behavior. We certainly are more apt to solve problems than we are to buy features. And so, those understanding those basics, definitely gets more people to click the buttons, but you still have that question, will they? And, there's a part of this that you still have to, put it out there to know whether or not if they will or they won't. So, yeah,
absolutely.
I
Yeah.
agree with you. Last question. What excites you?
Excites me is the next generation. I think what kids are doing today really excites me, and that's what I said. I wish I were, 50 years younger, I guess, not 20. There's so growing up. I can't speak to you, but growing up, when you ask me what is Python, it's some snake. But if you ask a kid today, what's Python? No, it's a coding language, right? And I think that excites me that there is so much potential that the younger generation today is tapping into. Yeah, I forget who said Louis Armstrong, right? They'll know things that I will never know. I think that excites me, the potential that what the next generation can bring to the table. I think that really gets me going.
I do worry. I mean, on that side, and I've said this about AI, that I do worry about the the one feeling that I remember very clearly going through school are those moments when something clicked, when all of a sudden you started to understand why did I learn these five things before learning this new subject? Why is it important that this thing happened before the next thing? And I mean, as important as I think AI is, there's a part of your brain that has to be turned on, and it only is turned on through facing the challenge of having to intellectually think about something first and then work through it as a problem. And now all of a sudden, if you can accelerate that, will those learnings come faster, and will they be more profound because of the fact that the students of today have learning that they gain through artificial intelligence, or do they lose something in the end? And we won't know that until we get to that future point and look backwards, unfortunately. And so I think that just could be in really interesting experiments as well for the future.
Absolutely. I totally hear you. I think today some of that foundational underpinnings, they are definitely missing. Everything is just, you put something in, here's the output. It's a black box. Nobody understands how it came to be. But the way I'm a hopeless optimistic. I don't know about you, Ron, but growing up, I'm sure the generation before me or the one before that said, "Hey, this fellow, he's doing everything on a computer. He doesn't know how to sign his name or write in cursive." But that's what so yeah, today kids are or whoever they're using AI and all that. I think when you and I turn over many years from now, I think there'll be a new generation in place or generation alpha. I just learned yesterday that generation beta is already being born. I was just getting used to alpha. So I think it's just that's how it is, and I think we can fight it to some extent. We can question it. I hear you, but I think it's going to be a losing battle. It's I think digital media, AI, or whatever. I think 100 years from now, who knows? I don't think anybody will be doing math or algebra on a piece of paper and pencil and all that. So it's what it is. So yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I remember very clearly being forced to manually work through math problems before I could get a calculator.
Yeah,
I can
long
remember
division.
exactly.
Long
I can
division.
remember very clearly having to work through these things as well. And yeah, as scary as it might be, who knows? Maybe there isn't a circumstance where people, in the future, aren't as able to work through problems because of AI. I have no idea, but it'll be interesting to see for sure. Well, Prakash, thank you so much for being on the Life Science Success Podcast. I greatly appreciated you being here and talking about everything from small molecules to cell-based therapies. It was great to kick off the year, with an interview with you, and so I greatly appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Don. I really appreciate. I enjoyed dialogue and sharing whatever little wisdom or experience I have. I think if I had to leave the viewership with one thing, I'm just going to say that entrepreneurs and leaders they are goal driven. They don't let the small things bother them. They jump at an opportunity, they grasp it. They don't let sidebars, sidetracks. Boy, it's just part of the thing. So I think. If I had to just give one piece of advice from a small business or entrepreneur type of perspective, seek your goal, try very hard to achieve it, learn from your mistakes, and don't let the noise distract you. Happy New Year, and I think we're off to a good start.
Thanks a lot, and same to you.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to Life Science Success. For complete details about this podcast, including show notes, how to get in touch with guests, and more episodes, please visit www.lifesciencesuccess.com. If there's someone you'd like for us to invite to the show as a guest, please let me know by sending me a message at the podcast website. Please click subscribe on your favorite podcast app, share the podcast, or tell a friend about it.